Montana has become the first US state to pass a right to compute law, but don't worry, 40 other US states are behind them. And right to compute is essentially a type of law that's being created to shield AI systems and computational like data centers and stuff like that from any kind of regulations. You can see the heat map here of how many different states have these laws proposed from high, medium to low. And kind of what's wild about this is that Congress has been trying to nationally regulate AI. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to try to block all state AI laws, but states still want to regulate this in their own way. Some states want to clamp down on AI, and some states actually want to sort of go whole hog with it and let them run wild. And both of these people with completely different ideologies have decided the best legal strategy is right to compute. It's modeled after property rights as well as First Amendment rights in order to give rights to these data centers, essentially arguing that using a printing press doesn't invalidate one's right to free speech, so a computer or AI system shouldn't either. That doesn't mean that people are free to make deep fakes or crimes or things like that, like laws still apply to these. But rather, if you try to regulate one of these AI data center facilities, they might claim that they have a right to compute and it becomes a constitutional or at least a state constitutional law case. It also gives them a greater claim to utilities. Yay. So if there's ever a dispute between if the old folks' home needs electricity or the data center, they're both pretty much going to be equal in the eyes of the state. The problem with this is that we are trying to give rights to data centers that would typically be reserved for living, breathing human beings.